Hey there! In this video, you're gonna learn some pretty cool and interesting things you might not have known before. Enjoy, and here we go. Did you know that the Liberty Bell in Philadelphia has a significant typo? It has the word Pennsylvania misspelled as Pennsylvania, with only 2 N's in its name. Interestingly, though, it's not technically incorrect. At the time the Liberty Bell was created, Pennsylvania was an accepted alternative spelling for the state name. The spelling of the present-day Pennsylvania was not yet standardized. Do you happen to be a chef, or do you know any personally? What many don't know is that someone actively involved in the culinary arts is often referred to as a culinarian, essentially meaning a skilled cook or chef. It refers to anyone working in the field of food preparation and cooking. So you could simply say you're a chef, or you can fancy it up by saying instead that you're a skilled culinarian. Did you know that you can actually plan some happiness in your life? Studies show that simply planning a trip can significantly increase happiness levels, with many reporting feeling more energized once they've booked a vacation. I personally love to travel, and I especially enjoy the happy feelings I experience during my trip planning and booking process. The largest bowling alley in the world is called the Inazawa Grand Bowl, located in Inazawa City, Japan. It has a staggering 116 lanes. One notable feature is that all of the lanes can be viewed at once from the top of the entry escalator. I'm not a great bowler myself, but I would love to see this place. What appears to be a smoke trail left behind an airplane, commonly called a contrail, is actually composed of condensed water vapor from the aircraft's engine exhaust, mixing with the cold air at high altitudes, essentially creating a small cloud of ice crystals. These ice crystals are so small that they appear as a white smoke trail to the naked eye. Did you know that small numbers of mammoths survived for thousands of years after the last ice age? It's true that most mammoth populations indeed died out. Small groups, particularly on isolated islands like Wrangel Island and St. Paul Island, survived for thousands of years afterwards due to their isolation from the changing mainland environment.
Most movies, including those in digital format, are filmed at 24 frames per second, which is the standard for smooth motion on screen. There are a few reasons for this. In the early days of sound movies, 24 frames per second was the minimum speed needed to support sound synchronization. It's also an easily divided number, which makes it easier for editors to work out specific time cuts. Most importantly, 24 frames per second is considered to look the most natural to the human eye and feels the most cinematic. Do you like astronomy, but you're not too keen on math? You might want to consider hiring a math tutor or reconsider career choices. That's because astronomers absolutely need a strong background in both mathematics and physics to effectively study and analyze celestial phenomena. Astronomy is fundamentally based on the principles of physics and heavily relies on mathematical calculations to interpret observations. So there, take that one to the stars with you. Fleas can jump approximately 350 times their body length, which is considered an incredible feat for such a small creature. If a human could jump proportionally, it would be like jumping the length of a football field. In June 1908, a massive explosion occurred in Siberia for what is now called the Tunguska event. The explosion happened around 7:14 a.m. local time over the Podkamennaya Tunguska River in Russia. Witnesses said that a large asteroid or comet likely exploded in the Earth's atmosphere, flattening some 80 million trees in the forests below. The explosion's energy was estimated to be equivalent to 15 megatons of TNT, which is 1,000 times more powerful than the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima. Processes of food preservation, including drying, refrigeration, and fermentation, are widely considered to be among some of the oldest methods. The process of drying, for example, involves removing moisture from food through exposure to sunlight and wind, which inhibits the growth of bacteria and mold, making it one of the oldest preservation methods. Perhaps you'll remember this one from astronomy class. Quasars are extremely bright and very distant objects powered by supermassive black holes, considered some of the most energetic objects in the universe. This makes them incredibly luminous, even when viewed from great distances. Essentially, they are the active cores of distant galaxies and can even outshine entire galaxies.
Ada Lovelace, an English mathematician born in 1815, is widely recognized as the world's first computer programmer, primarily due to her detailed notes on Charles Babbage's proposed mechanical general-purpose computer, the analytical engine, where she described a concept of a machine algorithm, essentially laying the foundation for modern computer programming. Before becoming a renowned horror author, Stephen King worked as a janitor to support his writing. He worked as a janitor in a high school, which is where he drew inspiration for his breakout novel, Carrie, from observations he made in the girls' locker room while cleaning. Human tongues are unique like fingerprints. Each person's tongue has a distinct pattern of taste buds, making it as unique as their fingerprints. Don't ask me how this was realized as truth, but there it is. Do you like ramen? According to a Japanese poll, instant noodles are considered one of the country's greatest 20th century inventions. They were invented by Momofuku Ando, the founder of Nissin Foods, in 1958, and is considered a major innovation due to its convenience and accessibility. What started World War I anyway? It's widely considered that the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand in Sarajevo on June 28, 1914, was the immediate event that triggered the outbreak of World War I, as it led to Austria-Hungary declaring war on Serbia, which then set off a chain reaction of alliances that drew other European powers into the conflict. In context, the assassination occurred in a region with existing tensions between Austria-Hungary and Serbia, fueled by nationalism and political unrest. Our eardrums are so sensitive, they can detect the faintest of sounds, even a single grain of rice falling on the floor. Thanks to the complex structure of the inner ear, which allows for amplification of sound waves and precise detection of pressure changes. This is why we can hear quiet things, like a ticking clock or a whisper in a quiet room. Pretty cool stuff, huh? Thanks a bunch for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more.